That Green Bay game a fight to the end. 40-40, a battle for men. We left it all on that hallowed field, but now a new challenge is revealed. The Jets are waiting, their record is weak, but a wounded dog is about to seek. They're at home with nothing to lose, and a tough fight is what we'll choose. Bringing down the Jets, no time for regrets. Every play, every throw, gotta put on a show. Midday New York, a must-win game. Bringing down the Jets, yelling out our name. The critics say we've got this one easy, but that's the kind of talk that makes me uneasy. They're hungry for the win, a chance to prove that they can still make a powerful move. We need this victory, need it bad, for all the fans we've always had. From that tie, a lesson we learned, for every yard we've got to earn. Bringing down the Jets, no time for regrets. Every play, every throw, gotta put on a show.
Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luz en cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bebe, ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti. Lo que tengo para ti. Sé que te va a encantar.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm your host, Primetime Phil, and like always, my co-host is in the building, and that is Gametime Brothers. The Time Brothers are back together this week. What's going on, Gametime? Welcome, sir.
Welcome. What's going on, Phil? How are you tonight? How are you, brother?
Doing well, man. Doing well. We're just, a little day extra than what we've been kind of averaging this, but Friday, Saturday, that's kind of been our thing, occasionally on a Sunday. But here we are, we're not doing it a bunch of times a week, but we're trying to figure out the schedule just because I've been extremely busy. But here we are talking about the Dallas Cowboys versus the New York Jets, week 5, right? Week 5. Oh my God. Week
5. Yes.
Man, I don't even know what direction to go with this, because I think there's so many different ways you can, in the sense of offense, defensive, injuries. I don't know which way you want to go with it. I think injuries got to be talked about in some ways. I know the critics and haters are going to obviously say no excuses, but when you're paying somebody a certain threshold of millions of dollars, and the next one below him is not even into the bare minimum of the veteran minimum or whatever, I think there's a difference in talent, or at least what you think expectation wise. So with that being said, I think that's a good one to start with, in the sense of the injury report, what we're going into it. You talked about how most of the offensive line has been ruled out. Last week we had to deal with the center being out, our right guard being out. That looks like it's going to continue as well, with Tyler Guyton in the concussion protocol, correct?
He's ruled out for tomorrow already. So no Guyton, no Beebe, no
Booker.
Booker.
And then, of course, Tyler's Tyler Smith went on the plane, like Daniel M said, and
I think he's gonna play, but it's a game time decision.
yeah, I mean, you're looking at even the rest of the offense. You're looking at what CeeDee Lamb, of
No
course,
CD.
being out. Tavonte Turpin is also
Turpin.
out with a foot injury. So questionable stuck guys, I think, in general. Because Miles Sanders, of course. I mean, you talked about Tyler Smith. When you're looking at the defensive side, Marshawn Nealon, Kenneth Murray, Carson and Mingo. Obviously, those are the guys that got brought up in that whole 21-day window. They didn't get activated, which we didn't really see that happening. But now you have a 21-day countdown to where something has got to happen. Some move has got to happen in the roster to make room for them, or there's a release or something, you know?
Well, yeah, or they revert to if
Back on
they're
the injury
not
for the rest of the
activated
season. Yeah.
if they're not activated in the next 21 days or whenever they elevated them, then they revert to season-ending IR with no hopes to return. They both will be activated. So again, when you look at it, I keep going back to the defensive line. I keep going back to that position, possibly wide receiver, right? With where you are loaded up at. I think we're overloaded on the defensive line. So maybe, again, this is where I would like for my GM to be proactive in, maybe moving a piece. I understand we want all of our boys, but move a piece for anything.
Thank you, Rhonda. I haven't seen her in forever. Hey, Rhonda, go.
Yes.
But no, you are very correct. I mean, I think that's even the offensive line, right? Moving some pieces around, seeing what works. I mean, Nate Thomas has definitely been a great grab. I think a diamond in the rough in some situations. Kind of reminds me of that.
Round draft pick.
Those are the ones I love. Those ones that you get deeper in the draft and they end up becoming a cornerstone for your offense. I think the last time I felt like we did that with any kind of guy was a LaRon Leary. And we just wasn't able to kind of keep him. And so
still, anybody can draft when you're in the top 10, top 15. Anybody can do it, pretty much. Okay.
Yeah.
It's when you are finding 7th round guys and 5th round guys. Kellen Carson was a 5th round guy. Deron Bland was a 5th round guy. But we can't draft. It's all BS. You're not gonna hit a home run. You're not gonna hit with every pick. Like you're just not.
One thing I thought was really cool about this game when you're talking about the picks and everything, and the guy that was just picked this previous year and actually kind of making a splash here is, of course, the Thomas brothers are going to be playing against each other. And how much are you playing against each other when you're both playing defense? But you got Wanye Thomas starting on defense, and, of course, you got the Jets corner in the sense of from Florida State. And his brother just being, going against each other, being able to. And Wanye this past week says, "Do not even contact me.
Yeah.
I do not want to talk to you. We're not friends. We're not family. We're not none of that stuff." So just to see that, I think that's amazing. Sleeper Cowboy kind of made this little graphic and stuff, so you gotta give him props on that. But there you go. I mean, there's a lot here. I mean, whether it's the coaching staff, both young, trying to Aaron Glenn, how young is that? But in the sense of young in his coaching career, or being a head coach, and both trying to get some respectable wins. The Jets trying to get their first win. I think we pointed out the fact that the last time the Jets had an 0-4 record, they whooped our ass. I'm not going to even bleep that out because that they deserve that. I mean, the ass was so whooped that it deserves to not be bleeped out. That's how much bad it was. So West Virginia Country Boy says, do we have a problem with our conditioning staff? Injury staff, conditioning staff? We got. I think we do. I think in the injury staff, there's something there because this is a consistent thing throughout the years, and it's everybody. It's like it reminds me of is it the same injury staff that is dealing with the Mavericks? Because if it's all the same shit, it makes sense of the injury history and how they can't stay healthy.
As much as I would say that, I think ultimately it falls on the player. Again, you're talking a toe injury. I don't know. And in the case of Malik Hooker, it's a damn toe. I mean, I could understand, knee ligaments. How can you blame that on a trainer? If you're talking soft tissue, but we, knock on wood, don't have too much of that, right? So, I don't know. But I will say this. Getting back to your original where we're talking about the offensive line. Tyler Smith is a game time decision tomorrow. I think that's an important one. Outside of that, the fact that we have a better coach in Clayton Adams, I feel fine. Nate Thomas will be fine at left tackle, or if my guess is, Phil, if Tyler Smith is out, then they will go with Adeniji.
You know what? I don't mind it. You know, Tyler Guyton's backup is in.
And then
You got
Nate Thomas
you got Tyler Smith's backup is in. You got the center backup. You got Booker's backup is in. And then Steele, that son of a bitch plays like a backup, so he might as well be in the lineup. So, bam, there you go. Like,
Hey, Steele has been elite.
yeah, he's been better. He's
as
been
a
way better
run
this year.
blocker.
I give him a lot of shit.
And I think it's important to have Tyler Smith tomorrow. I hate saying that, but if I had to say it, I'll do it that way. I think that he plays tomorrow. And
Well, you're hoping so because you need to have some kind of bodies on Quentin Williams.
Yeah,
I mean,
said
you
this
do.
before, Dak is good
It's a Beja.
when he can see it, but the edges are fine. You know, it's not like it's a big deal. It's up the middle is where, not so much here or here, but somewhere.
Somewhere right here. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything. Oh my God, what happened to
No,
your
I don't
face?
see that.
See, I told
Not so
you.
much here or here, but yeah. Oh God, that's great. Yeah, I'm watching too, Twist. I'm watching too, brother. But yes, I think we're gonna be okay, man. And let's get into it. Let's get into the fact that finally, I believe that Sanders won't be active tomorrow. So Jay
Miles
on
Sanders?
blue, baby.
Yeah. I mean,
on blue. Finally.
I think this has kind of been like this whole. It's weird. I mean, when you get a running back that has been drafted within the first 5 rounds, there is no hesitation about throwing him on the field. It might, I kind of wonder a little bit what that was. I mean, when they're talking about consistency, I think of times where. The Emmitt Smith and Troy Hambrick, and there was times where it's like, dude, you need to hit the hole. Quit being indecisive. This is what you're looking for. You're not hitting the particular hole. You're going down the wrong lane. Like, there's those type of things, and that's what they mean by consistency. And that's what I believe when I hear those words is that he's just not making the right reads. He's not maybe picking up a blitz. He's not, so the consistency. You're not just throwing somebody out there, just because of their draft status or maybe what they did in college as well too. So I like that. I'm interested to see why, with this whole rotation when it ends up going, Miles Sanders, all that kind of stuff. Will Phil Maffa come in later on the season? Is that why we've been keeping their young legs to kind of keep it fresh, kind of getting it ready? To me, those are the ones where I worry about, are there going to be a fumble problem? Because, they're going to go in straight, where these guys have been going 4 to 5 weeks and punching balls out and just doing anything. This is a really tough defense. So I think he'll be tested, but I think it might help us in the sense of fresh legs and ready to get going. Because we all know about Blue's history in the sense of being a speedster. So I'm interested to see to bring that, and maybe the Kevontae Turpin situation is kind of helping. Where is Blue going to be a returner?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I think they activate Paris Campbell as well.
Right.
I think that. Yeah, I know. Rhonda's getting verklempt over there for you.
Like getting red cheeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Am I getting blushed? Am I getting blushed?
Just getting a little. But yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can activate Paris Campbell to do a kick and punt returns, and I think Blue is going to be. A number 2 running back, line up in the slot. In a perfect world, give him 8 to 10 carries and line him up in a slot a half dozen times. That's what I'm looking for. He's not elevated yet, Daniel. He's on the practice squad. They could do that tomorrow, brother.
What's that?
You said Paris Campbell not elevated. Yeah, they have until
that one to me made a really weird one. I mean, why did he get removed from the roster? He had an injury, right, during the training camp. There was some kind of
he had an injury. They needed a spot.
Yeah, and they needed a spot to kind of get rid of him. He coming back from the injury. So
I would
obviously,
not
to
want
me,
Blue involved.
To me, there's some situations, these things that don't make sense. I mean, when you're getting an extra wide receiver and you get a defensive end, like you could get almost any other position, and I'd be like, oh yeah, I get it, but like those are the two that I'm like, what? Like, yeah, we just need more pass rushers. And don't get me wrong, I understand nobody's getting pressure and stuff, so you need to find somebody that can get pressure. But how about you play James Houston more? You know, like the one guy that is getting pressure, you're just like, oh yeah, you're looking over here. You know, like he somehow like insulted you, or he took your dinner roll or something like that. That you're all punishing him and stuff.
Right. Right.
So I just needed to see a little bit more. Let's be real, man. I need to see more on the decision making with some of this stuff. I mean, I think Cowboy Nation are just wondering what the hell happened with Blue. Why haven't we seen him? It's already week 5, and we're barely going to see him. Like, he's been in some kind of disciplinary actions or something like that, you know? Like, oh, he didn't show up for practice. You know, like, you know, I get it. You know, I need consistency, but we're talking about a running back room that had Miles Sanders that is fumbling and running 50-something yards. What's the consistency in that, you know? But you're judging this young dude? Like, come on, man. Like, that's the part that I don't understand. You know, like, it'd be amazing if you had this amazing running back room that, you know, if you want to be part of this prestigious crowd, you really need to get your shit together. You know, you got fucking Miles Sanders fumbling on the 5 after a 50-something yard run, 40-something yard run.
Exactly.
You know, like,
you know, I think it has to do with pass protection. He probably wasn't passing the. Listen, you got to be able to know
wasn't getting the gap. Yeah.
You know, the protections. You're paying your quarterback $60 million. You cannot get him killed at all. So. That's what's going on. I think
that has a lot to do with it. I was thinking maybe the whole, you know, hitting certain holes, but I think a lot of it has to do with that, protecting it. But if it was all of it, it seemed like you would play. You would still play a small percentage. I mean, you know, to me, you got to messing up a lot more than just, you know, blocking.
I think again, if he's going to be anything, 4 games isn't going to mean anything. You know, if he's going to be anything in this league. This was a great move, in my opinion. Let the dude sit back and watch the speed of the game, watch mistakes being made by other players, i.e. Miles Sanders. You know, and now I would not put him in at special teams to return kicks and punts. I would not. That's why I think it's going to be somebody else. I think you'll see Ryan Flournoy. You
might see Tolbert. Let's see Tolbert back there.
No, but I mean activated Flournoy again.
Oh. Well, I mean, we saw Copper. We saw the 2 wide receivers get activated. But was it Cooper and Brooks?
You can't have Tolbert returning kicks when he's the number 2 wide receiver. So I'm telling you, I have a weird feeling.
Dude, they had CeeDee Lamb running fucking running back stuff. So I mean, like, they don't give a shit.
Daniel's saying they elevated Cropper. Okay. Yeah. I almost brought that up the other day. Jalen Moreno Cropper is a kick returner out of Washington State.
That's okay.
I always liked him coming out. Another fast guy.
Even Wanye was, man. Wanye used to be.
Yeah. So that's good, Daniel M. That's good. So we'll see. Before we get into the games, let's talk about Malik Hooker. It's funny. Tyler Booker and CD have not been put on the IR, which means they can come back faster than the 4 weeks. Malik Hooker.
So they're going to do it like WWE, and all of a sudden the music's going to hit, and here comes CD Lamb, and you know, boom.
Well, not this week, but possibly next week.
All right, next week.
Yeah, Malik Hooker.
That'd be pretty awesome if they could do that, wouldn't it? You're like, oh yeah, psych, he is starting, sucker. You know. But no, that's pretty good. I mean. The fact that they're not being put on there, I mean, you get to come back within the 4 weeks. Do you think that's a good move? You know, do you think there should have been somebody elevated into the wide receiver, or do you think maybe there's another offensive lineman that could be brought up? I mean, when you look at our offensive line and our depth, I mean, most of the stuff that we have that's worth anything is probably on the active roster, right? Do we have anything on the practice squad that we've been kind of stashing back there? I think somebody would have probably stolen that, right?
Yeah, no, we don't have anybody.
Like everybody else is like, that's Cowboys practice squad. I gotta look here. Oh yeah, you're right. Ooh, that's a nice one. All right, well, okay. So much for that. Yeah, most of the stuff has just kind of been little stuff here there. I do like. Again, it makes me wonder though, because like, you know, I like guys like Holden, but you know, he's still back there. He's still pushed back there. There's other guys they like ahead of him, but you got Clark coming over from the active roster. And I
was going to bring up that, but go ahead, you got it.
They put Buddy Johnson, but didn't he get picked up? Didn't he get put onto an active roster?
He was picked up by another team.
Yeah. So, and then most of the stuff is like the offensive linemen. We have Shadiq Charles and Garon Christian. The Charles one I remember, but
That's the corner.
They have him as offensive lineman. Corner here has Robert Rochelle and Kamon Hall.
What's up, Jeff Lee? How are you, buddy?
Yeah, so I mean, but even in that sense, you can poach from other teams as well too. I mean, you can look at their active practice, roster, and I've seen that. I think didn't they do that with the Colts offensive lineman?
Yes.
So I mean, you've seen some of that already. I think they're constantly moving. How do you feel about some of the? When we talk about these replacements, we talked about like Hooker being replaced with Wanye Thomas. So I'm excited about that. I've been waiting for this for a while. It just sucks that Hooker has to be out for that to happen.
So I don't know if we're having a bad connection or
probably internet connection.
Yeah. Malik Hooker was sent to IR. Wanye is going to start for Hooker for the next 4 weeks. Marquise Bell is obviously going to be involved, but Elijah Clark, rookie out of Syracuse, that's the guy that I think we liked him.
Yeah, we liked him. We liked him deep in the round,
very
deep in the draft,
in the box.
Yeah, I liked him as a deep 6th to 7th round draft pick. The fact that you picked him up as an undrafted free agent, I mean, that was just a bonus. I thought.
Smaller guy.
He is.
He lays the wood. He kind of reminds me.
Well, he's definitely better coverage than Wilson
as
well
than
too.
Makuba as far as the height, 6'1", 190, but he'll stick you.
He's a solid hitter too, man.
Him.
That's one thing you would see in his college tape is that he definitely knew how to stick someone.
So the safety room will look like this: Donovan Wilson, Wanye Thomas, Marquise Bell, and Clark. Now you guys know I have not been a big fan of Malik Hooker. I just haven't. He's a safe guy, but I just have not been a big fan of him. So I'm good. I'm again, no excuses with that. There's really not much I'm worried about. And I see a lot of people, the Jets can win. Of course the Jets
Of course they can win. Or definitely can win.
Have you not been watching the NFL? I mean, especially Dallas Cowboys and their defense right now.
Yeah.
Anything can happen. But
yeah, I definitely agree. I mean, they can definitely win in that
Dallas
matchup.
Wins, but would it surprise me, Phil? No, absolutely not.
No. I think that's one thing that's I think that's what the whole matchup. I think that's how the NFL has been kind of in general. Ups and downs. Each team looks like pretty dominant. In the next week, not so much. I think with the Cowboys. I mean, unfortunately, the Cowboys defense is just something a rotation. They just need to figure it out. You're hoping at some point they do. I'm liking how a lot of them are meshing. I mean, they're not totally the answer, but I love that interior defensive line and how they're playing, man. The linebacker core, hell yeah, they need to step the hell up. Let's be real.
I mean, they've been kind of flip-flopping Mozzie for Jay Toia. Jay Toia, I mean, I don't like the fact that they're giving Mozzie a shot in lieu of Toia. Again, it's probably the $4.5 million that is being paid this year. They're probably trying to get through this year. Would love to do a singing collab.
Yeah, we are.
Look at you, Rhonda. We'll get Phil involved. Jonathan Mingo, and Kalen Carson, I know we brought them up. They are not going to be activated for the game, so just a little bit of, I think, I actually like, if that's true and it is Jalen Moreno Cropper, I'm a little concerned about his fumbling in the return game. That is a bit of a, because I know he's done it, and he's a little sketchy in the return game, even though he's explosive. I don't know. And we got to deal with that turf at the Meadowlands or MetLife Stadium.
Turf,
that seems to be, again, health is wealth, but we need to find a way to go in and get a win. You need to win. I don't care how it looks. I think it'll look better, and we'll save our predictions for a little bit, but I think it'll be a lot better than what people think.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see everybody.
You still got key players at certain points. So I think that's the biggest thing is like when you look at the core of the team with those very strategic, very I need a particular person in this to be able to knock a ball or get an interception or make some pressure or get a touchdown or make a first down or get a run. I feel pretty good about the core people that are there, and I feel good about, when you think about the combination of the offensive line and you're talking about Clayton Adams and what they've been able to do. Yeah, I know we love to hang our hats on, TJ Bass and Brock Hoffman are undefeated together. Well, man, when they play like the way they did last week in the sense of being able to tag team and what Clayton Adams is bringing, I think it's going to only add to their reputation and stuff. So I love it.
I look at it like, when you bring up Adams, I'm not saying he's a Jeff Stoutland, but already through the first 4 weeks against the number one rushing defense, against the Eagles, against the Giants, really good.
This has been good competition. Yeah,
they will be fine running the football with whoever is playing. I firmly believe that. Asia Robertson.
Asia Robertson says, "Can Primetime Phil be my YouTube father? I know this YouTube, but I always look forward to the streams, and I grew up without a father figure in my life." And he treats me with a normal father would. Yeah, I definitely I actually get called Daddy Phil before from some of the kids. But anyways,
I'm sure you've been called Daddy many times in your life.
Asia, we're always here for you. I definitely always have great, in the sense, I don't say great advice, but when it's
that's a different form of daddy.
Well, I mean, we've all been through. I mean, I've been through a lot of that tough times. Look at this guy. I'm trying to like talk, and he's over here just.
Yeah, keep it going. Thank you so much, Asia.
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes,
he's your dad.
I'll always be here for advice and to reach out and tell you that we do care. That's how it is. I'll call you daddy. I'll call you daddy. There's Dirty Sanchez.
I'll call you daddy. I'll call you daddy.
Yeah, thanks. If Rhonda wasn't making my cheeks.
You got people coming out of the woodwork to be.
Yeah, if I wasn't ready already, I think this. I might have
Dirty Sanchez in here ready to be a daddy.
Oh man. Anyways, I don't even know where we were at. So
wow.
Where do we go from here? Oh, anyways, what concerns you about the Jets? If you had to give me a concerning thing, I will give you my concern about the Jets because I don't. Yeah, he's trying to. I'm trying to get it away. Justin Fields, the running quarterback.
I got him over clamped.
Yeah, well. The running quarterback is where
Did you see my morning video this morning?
Yes, I did.
Did you hear what I said?
I saw your lunchtime as well.
I don't even know why I said it. I said, whatever. I said, we want to talk about Phil's hairline. We can talk about his hairline. After I said it, I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even, he's got better hair than I do by a lot. But anyway.
I got like a little crooked of a hairline. That's my
I thought it was funny. My shit's getting higher and higher. But
the gray is what grows in anyways. Yeah, you got me all thrown off now but anyways, anyway, so what I was going to say was that concerns me and going into this matchup, other than a great defense that we're going to have to go against, but I feel really good about this offense being able to match up. Are they going to struggle? I think yes. Obviously, there's going to be moments because there are backups. There's a reason why they're not starters, or they're trying to learn in this game, and there's going to be situations where they're going to have to really learn on the fly. When I look at what scares me the most of this team is, weirdly enough, Justin Fields, and not Justin Fields the throwing. It's Justin Fields the running. And then the fact that this team reacts the way it does, it opens up stuff down the field for a running, rolling quarterback to be able to throw down field to open people, because you're just so set on playing the zone all the time that, let's be real, I feel like these guys don't truly know how to play zone and follow the guy through your zone, because it just seems like they just kind of stand in their spot and people are just running around and they just react when they catch it. That's not how you play zone, guys. And so to me, it's just it's a combination of both guys needing to get on the same page. And so that's why, I look at the defense as a whole trying to get their shit together. And it's not just one guy that I'm pointing to or a coach or whatever like that. It's a whole unit that really just kind of needs to just huddle up and just figure the shit out. I don't even know what to say. You get paid millions and millions of dollars to do it, and you look lousy right now. You're last in the league in ranking and stuff, and I only push it to certain points of talent. I feel like people are lost. I mean, talent can only take you so far. You need to know how to react.
Yeah, absolutely.
So to me, I think that's just something that is going to need to be figured out. Is it going to be figured out this year? I don't know, man. That's just, is it going to be a liability this year? Right now, I think that's what it is. I mean, the fact that you can whip a flicker out and have a 50-50 chance of it being successful, I think that defines as a liability. And I think as of right now, until they can start getting some interceptions to prove that this is gone, it's going to be something there that's going to, week 9, week 10, whatever it is, it's going to be something that just whips its ugly head. But you're going to have to really figure out with who's back there. I think with guys like Wanye Thomas, I feel a lot better. But, again, there's still liabilities, where you're getting the pressure. That means your quarterback is not getting pressured to throw balls that he normally wouldn't throw. No, he's throwing it to wide open because, again, as much as I love the run defense, there's no pressure on the quarterback. It just sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Glimmerman.
Yeah, what's up, Glimmerman? No, yeah, absolutely. That's...
Hold on, let me let my dog out.
Yeah, that's absolutely... Yeah, I'm hearing myself, everybody. I don't know why, but yeah, basically, what was the question, Phil? Sorry, I'm really hearing myself.
Oh, what basic? Sorry, man. I think it's probably the internet going on right now. Basically, what I was asking, if you had to pick one thing out of the Jets, what that scares you, that that can we match up against it or whatever?
Line, and I would say, actually, the biggest thing that scares me is Justin Fields running. That's it. That's how you can lose. Justin Fields. He's gonna complete every game this year. 3 out of the 4 games, Garrett Wilson has scored a touchdown. So you figure you give up a touchdown there. You just don't want Fields running for 120 yards on you. That's what you don't want. Yeah. So I would hope that they would play Leah Fowl a little more.
I think what benefits you in this thing, and it's going to sound so bad, but it's one of those things where, when you stumble into success, the fact that you cannot get a pass rush on him may keep him in the pocket where he'll have to pass. And that might be a good thing. But let's just be real, man. Quarterbacks can pass against the zone coverage. That's the one thing that quarterbacks love to go against. Whether it's the pressure that causes them to throw the interception because, I have to throw it, and that guy saw it the whole way, But if I'm being able to pick up defense apart, man, I'm hoping you're playing zone defense because then I can predetermine a lot of the times where I'm going to go before the play goes. And then if you don't move a whole lot, then guess what? You just fell into my web there. So, I mean, to me, there's nothing scary about a corner when they're having to stay stationary compared to running with your wide receiver. So I can bitch and moan about that till the cows come home, though.
Diggs comes out and says he was in the doghouse last week, and he wants to play more man. Diggs knows that he's going to be able to make plays if he's able to play more man defense. I think they're going to throw him a little bit of a bone, but he's not going to totally change his defense. So again, I think we're going to be fine this week. I mean, I really do, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. You want to go over some of these games?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, man. You go ahead and take the lead this time.
All right. There we go. We got out of the inning. Okay. All right. Well, let's start with it. We'll start out with, the first game obviously would be 9:30 tomorrow morning. So, again, we got to go to the Sparks Cave. Flies off on my pink cape and blackly. Oh, my God, Rhonda. What are you doing?
Got to go to the Spark Cave.
She wants to get down and get ready while Phil's still on the TV. That's what it is. She wants to get in her gear while Phil's still in front of her.
I don't blame you. I like it.
Don't blame you. Yeah, Phil's got a little worked up.
Anyways, you got to give it superhero pose and everything. But anyways, go ahead, man. What's the first matchup we got? Other than the Thursday night football, that was some bullshit. But anyways,
Vikings at the Browns. Where is this game? It's overseas somewhere.
Vikings and the Browns, man. We keep giving these overseas people, but let's just be real, man. That's when it seems like these terrible. I don't want to say terrible teams, but these teams that aren't as good play a little bit better, and we throw it at fans that don't know any better. So it makes it great football, I think. And then the fact that you can wake up in this football, I'm all for it. So.
I'll tell you what it's at. I've asked you 3 times.
Okay, man. You want me to? I'm over here talking. I'm over here filling in airspace, and you're over here like you want me to do the research too. Shit.
That's the England, right? That's
London, England. Yeah. Look at that. 2 seconds. I saw it on NFL.com. Fucking. It's probably your shitty internet then.
Nah, I'm hardwired. It's just.
Nah, it's probably still your shitty internet. Anyways, I'm just messing with you.
I've had any problems. It says
my internet resets in the it's towards the end of the month is where my internet gets slowed down. So Minnesota
Anyway,
versus
we got
Cleveland with this
Cleveland hosting
matchup.
the Vikings.
Yes, man. Is
So
it
who do you
hosting really when you're both overseas? Dylan Gabriel doing his first start for the Cleveland Browns. I think that's definitely going to make
Oregon
their
Duck,
offense
yeah.
a little bit better. Again, I was very critical of Dylan Gabriel in the in college
on
when they
your boy,
beat
yeah.
Ohio State. Again, I thought they were great offense. I thought the limit was going to be, there. That's as far as they go. That's the quarterback. And as much as I just couldn't see them driving all the time. So I think Cleveland's going to be a way better offense with him. Just because he can move around a little bit compared to Joe Flacco, I think Joe Flacco makes some amazing decisions, but I think that's what's wrong right now. It's just that you need somebody that can move around a little bit. Minnesota, I love their weapons. It's just, I don't know, man. I feel like that's 2-2 is very much who they are. I'm going to go Minnesota on this, and I don't feel extremely confident in it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the opposite here. I'm going to go with the defense. Cleveland, put boot to ass on Washington last week.
Coyote, I got a kick-ass computer, so.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Browns. I definitely will go with the Browns.
Yeah. So. Okay, so Minnesota. All right. Game time. We'll see how this shit is.
Now
we're in prime thing. When we start disagreeing about 70% of the shit, that's when we know we're in prime time, brothers, airing.
Yeah.
So go ahead. What's the next matchup?
You got the Colts at 1:00 hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. The
3-1. Yeah, 3-1 Colts with Daniel Jones balling. I think they can continue this. I think Vegas, though, they have the formula to really kind of upset. I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go Las Vegas Raiders on this one. I'm feeling the Raiders for some reason. The 1-3 Raiders. This is my upset, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Colts. Danny
I don't blame you either because they're definitely playing a way hotter football. They're playing good football. Defense looks good.
Jonathan Taylor is killing it right now. So he's running. I don't think the Raiders are going to be able to slow him down. I think it's a lot better game,
I would agree. I mean,
think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully. I mean, hopefully Gino and Pete Carroll kind of keep it. I mean, they got some weapons to be able to at least keep it.
The Colts are favored by a touchdown, so I think they're gonna. I just like them. I just think that they're a strong team at home. Daniel Jones is playing elite right now. I know that's weird to say, but he is. You gotta give it up for Danny Dimes.
Walker Wade with a $2 super chat says, on this road from H-Town to Big D. Oh, nice. He's on that nice stretch there.
Danny's Dallas Cowboys, let's go. Bring in Blake Horvath.
Well, be careful,
and
man.
Landon Robinson from my Navy college football team in our Dallas Cowboys draft. There you go. I don't want to talk draft yet, Danny's Dallas Cowboys, for obvious reasons, but it won't be too long the way this time is flying, right? Next game, 1:00 game. The New York Football Giants visit the New Orleans Saints. This was one of the harder games for me to pick. That's a tough place to play, but how bad is New Orleans? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How bad are they?
I think this is a good shot for New Orleans to be able to get their first victory, but I love the enthusiasm that Dart has kind of at least given it. I mean, a little bit of energy. I think their defense, again, can keep them in games. I'm going to go New York Giants on this one, just because I think overall, I think their roster is a little bit better, even with Neighbors out. I think with just Dart in general, Dart isn't usually a fixed guy to a person. He's usually whoever's open. And so as long as you can kind of get your offense going, there you go. I just think you really need to give him a running back to complement him. Other than, I know people are going to be like wide receiver. But I don't think Dart is like that where he needs that dominant one. He needs guys to get open. Don't get me wrong. Every quarterback does. But you need a good running game to kind of give him a complimentary game,
Yeah. This is a tough game for me. I'm going to go with the Giants because of the defense. I'm not a huge Spencer Rattler fan. So just because of the Giants defense, I'm not confident in this pick. Just not confident at all, just like this.
No, I wouldn't even. Yeah, which game are you watching? The Phillies
I'm
game.
watching the Phillies game, and Dodgers just got 2, and then Ohtani had a 1-2-3 inning, so it's getting to be white knuckle time. But the Saints are favored actually in the game
I think
by
the home
2
field
points,
advantage,
1.5,
yeah.
2. So this is not as easy as people think. But if I had to pick, I'm gonna pick Jackson Dart, Mississippi's own to they go back, and go into Louisiana and get a W. Anything can happen now, but just because of the Giants defense, I really do. Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, I don't know what the chat thinks about that one. That one's a tough one.
That one is a tough one.
Next game, we're gonna pass the Dallas game. We'll get back to it. The Eagles. This is a interesting game here. The Philadelphia Eagles are hosting the 4-0 Phillies. Philadelphia Eagles are hosting the 2-2 Denver Broncos.
Yeah, this one to me isn't as hard to pick. I got to go Philly all the way on this one just because Denver in general has just look very sluggish. I don't care who they're really matching up with right now. They don't look great. They need to figure out their shit on the side of the ball. I think Philly, what troubles you are having, you're winning. I think that pushes it aside. You'll get you'll probably get a touchdown or two from the wide receivers to kind of and then you'll see a podium kind of quote of everything happen. But I can see Philly definitely running, possibly running away with this one. Denver
Eagles
probably getting into it late.
4.5. I see 3.5. I see 3.5, 4.
I'd say double digits. Just because Denver needs to get their shit together.
And they could get it together tomorrow. Denver has the weapons.
Well, they have it. And they have a good defense. But
I had Denver to get it. I think Denver will get it together, not necessarily tomorrow. I do have them going to the AFC Championship game, possibly even the Super Bowl. There's plenty of time. So this is a very interesting game. I'm not prepared to pick the Broncos tomorrow, though. I have a weird feeling that with all the BS that's coming out, now Devontae Smith is coming out saying A.J. Brown has every right to feel the way he does because he's not happy either. Devontae,
he doesn't normally say anything either.
Yeah, he doesn't. So something's up. Again, I would say
want to get the ball. He just want to get attention to
if
get the
Eagles
ball. Man.
Lose. I mean, Sean Payton is a really good football coach.
He is.
I would not. Anybody that's thinking that they're just going to roll tomorrow, I think you're in. I think you're in for a rude awakening. I think this is a field goal game. Believe it or not, I don't believe Eagles roll, but I'm going to pick the Eagles. It's not comfortable though. I'm not confident. They got to play better than how they've been playing. They're still winning, but it's going to catch up to you at some point. I don't know that the Broncos. They have a great secondary. They have really good wide receivers. Who's the Broncos running back? Do we know? Somebody put it in the comments.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just think that
who it is.
Yeah, it's not Javonte Williams.
No, obviously.
RJ. There you go. RJ Harvey. Was that South Florida? RJ Harvey.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. There's your weak link. So, Eagles by a field goal. How's that? Moving on to the next game. Next game on the slate, the Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson hosting the Houston Texans. And the Ravens are the home underdog. Yes, go figure.
Yes, I would agree. I would definitely agree with that one. Now, here's the thing is, which Cooper Rush is going to show up? Is it going to be Cooper Rush that comes out and flinging it and it looks amazing, and then, or is it the one that's like stagnant offense, not get going? In general, I think this Baltimore team has kind of just I think me saying this is so obvious. They've under delivered. Just who they are. Obviously, by the end of the year, they could be like 11 and that wouldn't be surprised by that. But Lamar being out for as long as he is, what is it, 5 weeks or something that I'm hearing? That's a big thing.
No, I think they're done.
Or wait, maybe it was week 5. I think that might have been what I was seeing. But anyways, to me, I think this would be the time for Houston to really kind of do their thing. But with Baltimore's defense, is Houston going to be able to do anything? I'm going to go with Houston on this one. But I don't feel again
Baltimore's
confident. I
defense
think
is
this is
not
gonna be a good
so-
matchup. Yeah, they're not, but I'm gonna go Houston on here.
They're
Both 1
almost
and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going Houston all the way. Houston outright. This is an easy one for me. Houston has been playing good ball. They're just not winning. They're getting kind of unlucky. I thought they played hard. I think they go into Baltimore and get the win tomorrow. So that's an easy one for me. Lay the point and a half. Houston Texans go get a win. A lot of this talk about John Harbaugh on the hot seat. It is what it is. I like him as a head coach, so I don't understand it. But you got to realize Baltimore's had good teams, Phil, and they have failed. We think that Dak's underachieved. They feel the same way with their not one but two-time MVP Lamar, always failing to get it done in the playoffs. So,
Yeah.
Texans next game, the Cardinals. The Arizona Cardinals host the winless Tennessee Titans. The Cardinals are a 7.5, 8-point favorite at home. Who do you like?
Man, was Miami good before Tyreek? Wait, you got what'd you say? Which matchup?
Arizona
Cardinals?
and Tennessee.
Did you say Miami and you didn't go by Miami and the Panthers for a 1 o'clock game? Did you go? That's still 1 o'clock.
Okay, we'll go Miami and the Panthers. Yeah,
You want to skip them? Yeah, that's a shitty ass game, but I mean, they still determined.
No, he wants to cover it, so we're going to be all over it. The Carolina Panthers are hosting the Miami Dolphins in the final 1 o'clock game. You are correct, sir.
So really, honestly, it's which one's not going to play shitty, or who's going to play less shitty? I'm going to put my money on. Oh my God, this is terrible. They're going to tie. I'm going to put my money on they're going to tie. I feel better about that than picking one side over the other. Carolina? I'll go Carolina.
Yeah, give me the Miami Dolphins. They're going to win one for Tyreek. Did you see some doctors are looking in saying Tyreek has drop foot? I'm like, his leg is pieced together right now. What do you mean he's got drop foot? They're saying he's got nerve damage, which is very possible with the dislocated knee. I think we've seen the last of Tyreek.
Oh yeah, I think that was his career. Yeah.
I think that was it.
Yeah, Daniel M., I don't blame you, man. You guys gotta. Yeah, I know Arturo, man. The Hurricanes are whooping up on Florida State.
Are they?
Yeah. It's going one side. Florida State's making some dumbass decisions. So 4 o'clock game.
It's all good, Joe.
Got your Cardinals. You got the Cardinals versus Tennessee. That you were saying the 0-4 Tennessee Titans. Oh, does that reflect who they are? Yeah. I would say yes.
Yes.
I'm going to go Arizona on this. I thought Arizona had again, I think they're the type of team that's going to be able to be tough in there against good teams. So when they play against lousy teams, that should be times that they win. Let's see what type of team they are. But I got to go Arizona Cardinals on this. I can't even give you a reason why Tennessee would win this one. But, NFL.
Arizona wins at home. They're a good home team. And I think Tennessee stinks. I think Tennessee will start selling pieces.
Tony Pollard goes for 2,000 yards. That's how they win. There you go.
Jeffrey Simmons to Detroit is a thing, supposedly. We shall see. Arizona Cardinals. Moving on to the next game, 4:05. The 12th man, the Seattle Seahawks, are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Man, I like Tampa to bounce back on this one. Even with it being in Seattle, I think that's what gives Seattle, if anything, the advantage is going to be that home field there. I like Tampa Bay bouncing back and being able to kind of how Baker is. He throws an interception, he kicks your ass and throws you a touchdown the next drive. That's just how he is. He bounces back. He's, you want your quarterback to have that kind of swagger. And I believe that he'll pick it back up, be able to go into Seattle and get this victory.
Yeah, I love Seattle. I actually was not impressed by Tampa Bay. I think Seattle is playing damn good football. Their defense is locked down. I love Seattle at home this week to get the W against Tampa Bay. I think Tampa drops to 3-2. I think the 12th man gets the better of Baker this week. But this is just like it should be. Me against Phil at every turn. At every damn turn. All right, next matchup, 425. First 425 game, the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati Bengals are hosting the Detroit Lions. 3-1 Lions visit the 2-2 Cincinnati Bengals.
Everything that tells you about football tells you that the Detroit Lions are about to go in Cincinnati and just whoop the shit out of the Bengals. Is Detroit going to actually go in there and do that, or are they going to play down the competition?
Bingo.
Bingo. I think with that coaching staff, they usually tend to get them ready and get them past that, but they're, the way they've been playing this year, it's just like, other than that first game, I think they kind of started bouncing back up in that sense, but it's still too early to say that that's a consistent team and that's who they are. So I expect Detroit to win this. It's just by how much, that's going to determine on whether they went in there prepared or not.
Yeah. I love the Bengals and the points. They're actually getting 10.5 at home. Just kind of a weird game for Detroit. I think it's a higher scoring game. But I think Detroit wins the game, like field goal less. I think that the Bengals keep it close, have a lead for a while, but I think Detroit ends up getting the job done.
You really think so? With
Detroit's
that quarterback? That quarterback is just like, I don't know, man.
He's been doing pretty good. He's been doing pretty good. So, I don't know. At home, I have a weird feeling Cincinnati's going to keep it close. That's all. But I'm picking the Detroit Lions. But who knows? Detroit can go in there and roll them. I just think Cincinnati's got too much offensive firepower, don't you think? I mean,
I do, but I don't think that even with Joe Burrow, they still have it. But it feel like they had it. They had that connection off the bat, and they were doing some stuff. But then this backup comes in, it's like it's very Cooper Rush-ish, where it's just, come on, man, go in there and fucking sling the ball. And I'm sorry for the French there, but that's how I feel. Just sling the damn ball, dude. Let it go. Quit being reading coverages and stuff like that. I want to prove to the NFL that I can read coverage. Just sling the damn thing, man. Quit being a little bitch. So with that, I think you could open it up so much, but I think you're limited when your quarterback is very timid. That's the equivalent of tippy-toeing in the hole. You got to anticipate shit. Sling it when you anticipate it, man. Just go. This is what you've been doing since you were a little bitty kid.
What everybody's thinking.
So, yeah. So go ahead. Next one.
That's kind of what I feel.
Next one, good man.
Next one, San Diego Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers hosting the Washington Commanders.
Man, to me, I think I know the record's saying one thing. The quarterback comes back for Jalen Daniels, right? I like that. I think that is the difference maker in this game. I got to go Washington just because of the quarterback. The quarterback coming back. I think if he wasn't back, I would go towards the Chargers. But with that one factor coming back, you got to go Washington on this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chargers on this matchup. I think Washington is just going to have one of those years. Thank you, Cowboys Corner. All great stuff here, guys. Cowboys Corner in the house.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Here we go.
He starts to come, and then he pulls out.
Wow.
Thank you. Far too kind. Pow, right in the kitchen.
Thank you very much. Appreciate all the super chats.
Yes,
yeah. He speaks the truth. Trust me. If you watch him, man, he definitely speaks the truth, and he's not. A lot of times when you're a Cowboy fan, you hear it as they're talking about it. You get offended sometimes, but then when the season plays out the way it is, and you got Cowboy Corner and of course Cowboys blog, they're doing their thing. They're speaking truth. So I mean, you watch his videos. I definitely appreciate the support, Mike. Appreciate it. But anyways. Game time in this matchup. What do you going? You're going Chargers on this one. Why do you think the Chargers over Washington?
I am. Well, without Terry McLaurin, I think that Jaden Daniels is one hit away from getting knocked out again. The Chargers are coming off against a loss in New York. They're not happy. I like Jim Harbaugh as a head football coach. I think the quarterback of the Chargers is playing really well. Home run, 3-run home run, Dodgers. Wow. Anyway, that one hurt. But yes, I like the Chargers.
Yeah, those ones, like, you can tell with the broadcast has high energy. That's the same thing with me, man. As Florida State getting scored on, and don't get me wrong, my Oregon, my team, but as a Florida team, Florida State's my team. So keep on getting them scored and not doing anything. I'm like, the lower energy as getting through the broadcast. So, anyways, when I look at that matchup, to me, I think again, Jalen Daniels is the quarterback where I don't think the wide receivers matter as much. I don't think Terry was ever scary to me. There's times, don't get me wrong, he's a hell of a receiver at times, but it's never ever consistent. I liked his other wide receivers. I think, if he can get everybody else involved, he's again another guy that tends to throw it to whoever's open. He needs to stop taking so many damn hits. Asia Robinson says, Brian, Momo got hot today in Mark's stream today and everything got so crazy. This is like a Momo thing. Let's throw a little monkey wrench in there.
I don't know it. I didn't see it. I was working. I have no clue. Asia. I know he's not a big fan of Leo, so whatever. I don't know if he had anything to do with it. If it wasn't Leo, then I'm not sure. You rage baited him today? Yeah, like what happened, Joe? Just like give us a quick synopsis while we go on to the next game. I got the Buffalo Bills
Sunday night
hosting
football.
the New England Patriots. Sunday night football.
On paper, it seemed like it would be a good matchup. You're thinking New England is the weaker team. Obviously, Bills got to be favored in so many matchups in the sense of home field, better team. Now, is it overall better? I think there's so many things that you got young guys in Buffalo that, if you're ever going to make mistakes, that's where you're going to be the spot.
Okay.
I think I still got to go Buffalo with this matchup. But I'm interested to see how New England, if he can take it to him and go and steal one on Sunday Night Football, that's definitely going to get your morale up. I just can't, just how they've been playing. I got to go Buffalo on this one, but I would not be surprised if the Pats could somehow upset them, especially with their coaching staff and how they love to play into Buffalo and really give it to them.
Yeah, I see this being a closer game than one might think, but I think Buffalo moves to 5-0. I think Buffalo is going to go on a run. I do. I definitely think he's going to go on a run. Thank you, a Cowboys corner. Thanks, brother.
So when you Monday Night Football, I like the times when they had the two Monday Night Football games. I'm gonna admit I do like those because it feels like I at least flick back and forth when one of them is being boring. It's the fact that both of them were boring that one night. That's the reason why it wasn't exciting. The fact that you can, I would rather it be after each other though. Like start football at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the thing, and then after that game, then you start the other game. Maybe have an East Coast and a West Coast game. That way, that West Coast, when it's when they face off against each other, like a Seattle versus Chargers, like where there's two West Coast teams. So when they face off later on, it doesn't mean it's not as bad. So when we going into this Monday Night Football game, though, we got Kansas City going into Jacksonville. Interesting. Jacksonville has not had a rushing touchdown scored on them. If you think about what
playing really good.
Yeah, when you think about what this Chiefs offense does, running the ball is not their number one thing. So I think these two teams very much well match up against each other. It's going to be a very interesting 1-2 with them. I always feel like as much as Jacksonville's been so inconsistent, I feel this year is more of a which Kansas City team is going to show up. Is it going to be the one that's ready to play football and get to the playoffs, or is it going to be one of the ones that are like, it's just the beginning of the season, we're good.
Yeah, I like Jacksonville in this game. I think it's a shootout. I think Jacksonville wins the game by 10 points. I don't really think it's that close. I think Jacksonville is a better football team right now.
I think they are too. I got to go Kansas City just because I think with the lights on, Jacksonville crumbles and Kansas City actually knows how to win in those primetime type of games. I'm not saying that this is who they are this year, but this is obviously history is more dictating my pick. So again, go with that as you will. I say that just very out there in the sense that I need to see this Jacksonville team prove that they can shine during the lights, and all lights are going to be on them that night. So I really want. This is the time to broadcast Jacksonville Jaguar football. Otherwise, you're going to be hard with ticket sales and everything. So let's see what happens, right?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
So as we go back, we're going back into time. Going into the Dallas Cowboys versus going into New York, right? Going to the Jets, playing in Jersey. Are you going to the game? You're going to pick up? You looking at tickets? Are you going to look at it tomorrow morning?
I'm going to wake up and see, but I don't think I'm going. Yeah. Asia says Brian Momo kept saying tomorrow Brady was overrated and JD5 was better. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. JD5 is going to take another L, Asia. But no, I'm not going to the game, most likely. So, looking at the line right now, the Jets are a 1.5 point home underdog. Some have it at 2.5.
Yeah, weren't they leading like a couple of days ago? I mean,
no, I don't know about that. I'm not sure.
I think
with
this
all the
team, with all the injuries
it's
and everything, that this evens up this matchup a lot. Again, my fear with the Jets is going to be that rushing of Justin Fields. The fact that you're going to spread this defense out, and with that zone, I think that's maybe might help us a little bit in that sense of that zone. Is that when he starts to rush out, at least people can attack and they're in position and not just running with people downfield and then they're out of position, and then they're allowing all this yardage, because you've been seeing some of this stuff happen. They get dump it off 5 yards, and it's 15 yards down the field. It's just like there's no point if you're playing this and you can't cover, or you can't come up to the ball and tackle. So I mean, you're seeing a lot of mismatches in that sense. I think even through all that, with all the injuries and stuff, I think Dallas still has the advantage of here. Yes, I could definitely see the Jets, kicking our ass. I mean, let's be real. That's how it was the last time the 0-4 Jets faced the Cowboys. I love our matchups going into it, though, this year. Even with the defense, the way that they are, they got a really good defense. Again, I think they're going to score points. I think it's closer than most people think would be. I think the Dallas Cowboys win, but it's going to be like a 24-21 victory. And so far, I've been very wrong about a lot of these in the sense of the scoring. So let's hope I'm wrong again. But either way, I see the Cowboys winning. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, this is an interesting game here. Kind of like last week where I told you that it don't make sense, but Dallas was going to win a 3-point game in overtime. I did say that, and I think they should have won the damn game, but they didn't go for it.
And it should have been won by 3. If you really think about the fact that Green Bay, that stupid running the play at the very end, they could have lost that by 3 points.
Absolutely. And this is a game where the over-under is 47.5. I think there's a lot of points going to be scored in this game. But I think this is a game that Dallas's defense, nobody's expecting it. Last rated against the pass, mid-pack against the run, doing a good job. I believe Dallas is going to win this game handily.
You've been a lot closer than I have.
Yeah, I think it's a game where they'll give up a couple big plays like they always do. But I just think their defense will find ways to get the job done. I like the addition of Wanye Thomas. I like the addition of bringing Elijah Clark up. I just think that I think they're going to play better. Okay. Fields is the type of guy who looks to run. He's not like Russell Wilson where he's rolling out to make a big play down the field. No, he'll make a big play down the field just because we can't get a lot of pressure. But I saw Daniel M. in the chat saying that week 2 of Clowney, I do believe Houston, I do believe guys are going to get some pressure this week on him.
CZ, I would flip that.
He's going to break out a couple. What's that?
I was CZ put stats up there. I said I would flip those stats. He says, no doubt. I have Fields 125 yards passing, 50 yards rushing. I would say I have him 125 yards rushing with 50 yards passing. No, just like, but go ahead. I sorry to interrupt, man. I got to make comments.
No, that's fine. It's your show, brother. It's fine. I don't know. Again, Dak's playing at too high of a level, in my opinion. I know that's a Cowboys
no.
corners guy.
I think you.
What's that?
But no, you're right in a sense. But no, I mean, he's even got to admit. I mean, we admit. I mean, we know when they're playing good, playing well,
at an unbelievable level right now until further notice.
Yeah.
We'll call it out if he's not. We always do.
But we understand
but right
where
now,
we
I
understand
see
where the
Dallas
narrative
winning
goes.
the game. I think the final score is a little closer. I think they're up, and then I think Jets get a score. Cowboys 30, Jets 24. So -1.5 over 47.5. 30-24 final. I think Dak is locked in right now.
That's a good score.
I think 30-24 final. I've seen a lot of 27-24.
Golly, really, Arturo?
Yeah. What's that?
Fumble Florida State.
Fumble Florida State. Yeah. Oh, I hear you. So yeah, that's my pick, everybody. I think that Dallas's defense is kind of hard to say. Wow, they're really good defensively, so they're gonna. I just have a feeling it's a gut that how their team's gonna play. I think Jaden Blue's gonna get maybe 10 touches. Jaden's gonna end up at like 8 rushes for like 60 yards. He's gonna actually have a decent game, and I think that's what we have to look forward to. I really do.
Glimmer, man. I would probably say the same thing. Just because I look forward to now. And again, this is one of those things that sometimes things got to fall apart in order to make way for better things. And as much as your CeeDee Lamb is your main focus, let's be real, the Cooper Kupp of the offense. When Cooper Kupp went down, all of a sudden Puka Nacua came up, and now you got a Puka Nacua star kind of thing going on, And so as much as CeeDee Lamb kind of being out, kind of allowed George Pickens to get his one-on-one with Dak and being that guy. So hopefully that kind of opens up stuff later on as they come back and he's able to play with each other. Oh wow, that sounded so bad. But once they start playing off of each other, it's going to be interesting to see everybody, especially with Turpin in the mix and everything. I just like the fact that you're seeing them gel. I think there's still to be stuff left on the field. Let's be real, man. When you look at these two, there were some drop passes across the middle. That sideline to Tolbert, again, if he anticipates it and throws it the other way, that is a touchdown. And you're talking about George Pickens over 200 yards with another touchdown added on. So, I mean, you think about that, but that's, again, a waste of play. That could have been the win there itself. So a lot is still left out on the field for these two. Will that continue to be? Because I would not have given him that percentage. I don't even know what the percentage of him catching that sideline pass over the two guys was going to be. But to me, I was like, oh well, crap! So much for that. And then he comes down with the catch. So. Again, I'm in awe of that ability. I love wide receivers like that. But again, I want to see everything come back. I want to see more from the tight ends. I think that's on this offense. I love the blocking schemes that's been going on with the tight ends. But I need to see more in the sense of the passing game. You got Jake Ferguson occasionally flashes. He gets the first down when you kind of need it. But then there's been times where he's been doing that Sam Williams thing where for every sack that Sam Williams has, he has some stupid bonehead penalty. And I kind of feel like Jake Ferguson has kind of had that same thing where, okay, you had one good play here, but then you had this drop touchdown over here. And so, I need to see more consistency, especially after you're paying the guy. So, Bryan, anything you want to say about this team before we get out of here?
Nah. To go Cowboys, man. I think it's going to be a good game. It'll be closer than what we won at times, but I think Dallas could still win.
Well, I appreciate you sticking in there with the bad internet, and I'm pretty sure you're hearing echoes, so it's throwing off the timing and stuff. So I appreciate you sticking in there, man. Guys, give us what you think. I think with this week 5, there's not, normally we go for like an hour and a half, but really when you're talking about this team, the defense,
we know to dinner. Just tell everybody you're going to dinner.
I like it. So game time, man. I appreciate you coming through. You're gonna have a broadcast when next?
I don't know. We'll probably do a post-game live. I'll do a post-game live after the game tomorrow, most likely, if I don't go. If I go to the game, then you'll get me from my car. But either way, yes, I'll do something after the game tomorrow.
I hope everyone has a great weekend, and I appreciate you coming through and supporting us talking trash, whatever it is, man. This is what football's all about. None of it's taken ever personal, and you know, that's what I love about the sport, is just that you can have that back and forth, and then, you know, when it comes down to it, man, we just all want to watch some really good football, and I think there's some really good games that's you can kind of tell, man, with us having on different ends of the picking scale. I love it. So one time, I appreciate everybody coming through. One thing I do appreciate everybody forgetting not to do is
Ring that bell.
you guys take care, everyone. I guess my buttons are not working anymore.
That was ominous. What the was that? What the is this?
Move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas. Okay, move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas.
Con J. Con y con la matrícula. Ella combate amiga, dice que todo se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y bye. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti, lo que tengo para ti. Sé que te va a encantar como me yo.
What the heck was that?
Forgot what I was gonna say.